Okay, I'm gonna do a reaction video to a movie. I have never done this before, so I don't know what like the general setup or the right way to do this is. I'm just gonna go with it. We'll just wing it for the first one, see how it goes. But basically what happened is the next episode of Gambin's Run, what I picked from the jar was Event Horizon. So I was like, well, I need to rewatch Event Horizon. And then I thought, you know, wormholes, black holes, space, that's a good movie to do for just general science content anyway. And then I thought, hey, it's been a while since I watched it. I've only ever watched it once. Maybe I should just record myself watching it and see what we pick out. So yeah, here we are. There we go. I'm sure that was fascinating. Event Horizon, Christmas movie. Sure. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if that's obvious. I'm just gonna hit play and I'll figure things out in the editing. Okay, let's go. I probably shouldn't have picked a night when I was on my own to do this. 2015, first permanent colony established on the moon. 2032, commercial mining begins on Mars. Would we commercial mine on Mars? 2040, deep space research vessel Event Horizon launched to explore boundaries of solar system. She disappears without a trace beyond the 8th planet, Neptune. It is the worst space disaster on record. 2047, now. FYI. One of my favorite things in movies is, or in science fiction movies in particular, is concept art. I love the designs, but also just looking at the concept art, like stages through how they design spaceships and aliens and things like that. It's so fascinating. Anyway, the Event Horizon's a creepy looking ship. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I do not do well with jump scares. Oh, this is not going to be good.
Use a rotating magnetic field to focus a narrow beam of gravitons. These in turn fold space-time consistent with Weyl tensor dynamics until the space-time curvature becomes infinitely large and you produce a singularity. Now, a singularity...
Layman's terms.
...folds space so that point A and point B coexist in the same space and time.
It's essentially like a wormhole, but it's... Oh, they say it's called a gravity trap. It is essentially a wormhole, but it's not a wormhole with, like, wormholes can be different sizes, different lengths, right? So it's basically saying that this is a wormhole that has like 0 length. Because he's saying like the shortest distance between 2 points is 0. There's obviously going to be some bit of distance, but anyway, single transmission. I'm not going there. So they apparently started the gateway, or the gravity drive, to try to create a gateway to get to Proxima Centauri, and then I've never heard from them since. We know what happens, but you know, we'll get there. The umbilicus. just leave, just leave. Yeah, well, now you're screwed, aren't you? The medical on the Event Horizon, like, to stop hanging, it's so creepy. I know, right, Lally? Isn't it? It's so creepy. Oh, spinny tunnel. How does the spinny chamber help them not compromise the magnetic fields? So they say that, so there's the scene where they're going into the chamber and it's turning, and he says like, oh, it looks like a meat grinder. And Dr. Weir says that it allows them to enter the second chamber without compromising the magnetic fields. That is humans on the wall. That is humans on the wall. And also, the door to the second chamber just looks like teeth. Like, it looks like teeth. CDs. In 2040, they're still putting a ship's log on a CD. Ooh. Like, all the markings... The gravity drive imagery, it's so good. It's so creepy. Like, it is absolute horror movie Hellraiser, just creepy, creepy, creepy. But also, like, why are there so many markings on it, you know? Justin, don't go in there. Don't do it, Justin. You should leave. When was Stargate made? Yeah, Stargate was 1994 and this was 1997. So, because it's definitely like Stargate wormhole-esque. Oh! Why are there spikes in the wall? Why are there huge spikes in a place where you could go into as a like, why? Because it's a horror movie, but still. There's no the Lewis and Clark is failing, and they're saying they have to go on Event Horizon, and the guy's like, there's no way I'm getting on that ship, and Dr. Weir's like, it beats dying here. And it's like, I don't really think it does. Weir's giving the explanation of it being an optical effect caused by a gravitational distortion. So he's basically saying that, like, if a burst of gravity waves escaped from the core, he's saying it could distort spacetime, make Justin seem to disappear, and then damage the Lois and Clark. He says he thinks it's entirely unlikely. I'm inclined to agree with him, because if there's gravity waves that are strong enough in order to that can damage the Lewis and Clark ship, then it would also affect the people, right? Well, I mean, I suppose he got thrown backwards. They all got thrown backwards a little bit. I don't know, just like, if a gravity wave, could a gravity wave damage a ship and not tear a human apart? I don't know. Maybe it's something to look at. What's in the core? What's in the box? 3 magnetic rings, and when they align, it creates an artificial black hole. But like, creating a black hole within the ship, like, they're basically implying that these magnetic rings themselves are enough to be able to create the black hole, but they're also implying that it's enough to contain the black hole, so that the gravitational effects of the black hole are not felt outside of this chamber in any way, which of course makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Black hole will affect everything. You couldn't contain a black hole like that. It's perfectly safe. The gateway's contained behind 3 magnetic fields. It's perfectly safe. But then they're also saying, like, that Justin went through it, which means he could have gone through the black hole, which obviously he couldn't actually physically go through the black hole, because it would have torn him apart. Okay, like, you see, I've seen this. Why? Why is it stressing me out? I've seen it before. Like, they get the event horizon to a safe distance so that they can engage the gravity drive to open the gateway to Proxima Centauri. Did they never, like, try and do this remotely first? You know, instead of with all the people on the ship? Again, the spikes in the chamber are ominous. Ominous. The air ducts covered in circuit boards. I mean, I love looking at it. Don't really get it, but I love looking at it. I don't know, there's something beautiful about circuit boards. Is that just me? Maybe. No, don't make things dark. No. When things are dark, bad things happen. No, don't do it. Ugh. Like, I knew it was going to happen. It was, and it's so obvious it's going to happen, but it's still. So they're saying carbon dioxide can produce hallucinations, which is something, I wonder if that's true. We're you patronizing bastard. You've been seeing your dead wife. It's interesting how so many of them are really like dismissive of some of the ideas, you know, like the captain being dismissive of the idea that the ship could be alive, that maybe something came back with it, and all the things that they're seeing are like a defense mechanism. Because it's really interesting when you think about it, like when you realistically think about it from the perspective that like this is something that is supposed to have been able to open a wormhole to another solar system, in which case you don't know what's out there. You don't know what the reactions are going to be. And if you do believe that there is life out there, you don't know what could happen. We see it in Star Trek all the time, you know. It's like, it's not unreasonable to think there could be some sort of infection in the ship that we couldn't possibly understand. So I would think that in this circumstance, you'd want to take all things on board. Oh. Oh, God. No, baby bear is gone. Oh, Jesus. There's this great shot when DJ comes out after they bring Justin back in. You got the captain. It's just the structure. The shape of the structure is like a torus of a fusion reactor. I love it. It's really cool. They keep asking Weir for a lot of answers to questions and just referring to him as doctor. But like, what is he a doctor of? Because it sounds like he must be a physicist, right? Because he's the one who knows about the ship and the creation. But then they keep talking to him as if he's like a psychologist and he would understand why people would be having this reaction. Or like, there's a lot of stuff. Okay, so he's the ship designer, which means he's like some sort of engineer. So why do they keep asking him? I don't know, just this idea that just because he's the engineer, he would know everything about where it goes to. I guess, like, I get that he's the one that they have the questions for, but, like, he's not going to know anything more. You're right. You covering me in dog hair. You're going to protect me. Jesus Christ. I know. Okay, so they're dissecting the message, right? Saying like, oh, save yourself from hell. So they're saying that it's been beyond the boundaries of our known universe, so who knows what it's seeing, implying that beyond the boundary of what we know or can see of the universe is the potential for there to be hell, or this like hell dimension that I know gets referred to, but like it wouldn't be another dimension because it would be still contained within our universe. It'd just be a region of our universe, unless we're saying that the wormhole would connect them to a different dimension, in which case then it would be a hell dimension, in which case it doesn't actually matter where in the universe it is, because it wouldn't need to be contained within what we know of the universe. But it could have gone anywhere, so who knows? It's interesting how they're talking about the concept of it being hell as what we know it in terms of like the religious idea of hell. Whereas in reality, in the vast expanse of space and in terms of just the idea of science fiction, hell can be anything. It doesn't have to have a defined idea, because we have absolutely no idea what could be out there. What types of places could be out there, if there's other beings out there, how they would interact. I'm not saying that there is a hell dimension out there, but I'm just saying that we could refer to it as hell without it needing to be what we idealize or what we identify in our minds as being hell. Jesus Christ. No, we can't leave. I am home. No. You see, your son is the other way. He's on Earth. He's in the other direction. You leave. Well, she's fucked. Now, I know you know that's not your son. I know you know this, you idiot. Oh, oh, that was a bad fall. Oh, oh, no, 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 no. He's doing it to himself. Smitty went bye-bye. Listen, Cooper's out there stranded in space in a bit of like junk metal. To be fair, I think he's better off.
I'll blow my head.
He's saying he's got to get back to the ship. I don't think you should go back to that ship. Stay out there. This is such classic space stuff, like emptying the air tanks to give you thrust in order to get your direction, which is possible. You absolutely could. You can use like that in some way to generate some thrust. It's just how much thrust you would get and how long it would last for is debatable. Nope. Aww. I like DJ. I like that they had iPads on the ship. Oh, I forgot about this part. Oh. Oh, oh, the hooks and the skin. Oh my God. I'm gonna have some nightmares tonight. What is this gun? Is this like a space version of like a Tommy gun? Okay, when they do a slow pan, the bad guy's always behind you. And if there's a dark region, then he's in the dark region behind you. Scary 101. Every single thing has sharp, every place on the ship has sharp, pointy ends, which is not what you would want on a spaceship. She tore a hole in our universe, a gateway to another dimension, a dimension of chaos, pure evil. Oh, the decompression is amazing. It's like the grappler goes through, creates a small hole, and it doesn't immediately burst, which makes sense. So it like takes a bit of time and then it bursts. And then it takes time as well for all the air to actually go out. So they're pretty safe so long as they can hang on for a little bit. Oh! Like, I knew they were gonna get through the door, but considering how gory the movie's been, it's like, you know, it still might chop her legs off. Who knows? Oh.
Fuck me.
All right, let's go.
Fuck me.
All right, Cooper, move. Move it. Oh. Wait, so at the end it explodes and then it creates what looks like a big black hole inside Neptune. Or it's just sucked into Neptune and then it just closes back up over it again. The question is, did they go to the hell? Like, did it set it off so now they're all in the hell dimension, or did it destroy it so there's nobody in the hell dimension? I don't know. Now when the doors open at the end, they don't have the spiky devil bits coming out of them. Are they safe though? And then it ends again with that like hackers music, you know? Fucking 90s. Okay, I forgot how many jump scares there are. I forgot how... Oh my God. Oh my God. Hello. What you saw there was a woman on the verge of mental breakdown. Basically, while I was watching the movie, at some point my headphones disconnected, and when I realized at the end there, I didn't know how long it had been going on for. I didn't know how much the audio was going to have come through. And all I could think in that moment was, I cannot sit and rewatch this. I just can't do it. You know what was happening while I was watching that? I was at home on my own that evening, and the dog, who will always bark at the door if someone comes near the house, was standing outside the door of the room I was recording in and barking and growling at the stairs. I was getting freaked the more it went on for. So in that moment, I was just like, I just can't. And I kind of forgot about just doing like an ending to the video, and I just cut it all off. Anyway, in case I have a throat infection at the moment, so my voice is a bit funky. But just to close out that video, because we did get to the end, I really enjoyed doing it. If you would like me to do more reaction stuff, I kind of enjoyed editing it as well, so I feel like it's something that I could get better at. If you wanted, to do movies or TV shows or whatever, I don't know. But there's a lot of science content that we get to talk about for the next while, so we'll do some science of Event Horizon over the next couple of weeks. I'll do shorter videos about things like black holes, wormholes, dimensions and stuff. And then eventually in a couple of weeks, we'll do a longer video where I'll talk specifically about the actual science that we picked out and things that happened in the movie itself, and what's right, what's wrong, what's a kind of an okay adaptation of what we know from real science. Anyway, creepy movie. Don't know why I decided to do this at Christmas time. It's obviously insane, but here we are. So I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, let me know. Okay, bye.